secrets. And when we look at those texts today, we see secret learning, secret teachings.
Talking about the Gnostics and the Gnosis.
Secret teachings directly from Jesus himself.
I've talked about that
Down through his closest
umpteen
followers,
times.
and potentially giving us a first-hand account of Jesus' life and deeds. One might think such gospels would be held in high regard by the church.
Nope.
But in fact, it was quite the opposite.
Why?
When I first encountered what I called the Gnostic Gospels, we were all surprised that there were so many Gospels that weren't in the New Testament.
I love her.
The reason that a lot of these books didn't make it into the Bible
Elaine
is
Pagels.
that they weren't congruent with the core message of the books that did make it in.
They were more
These
about
texts
power
were
and
declared to
control.
be sort of full
Facts.
of errors, and they'll lead you astray. One famous bishop calls them an abyss of madness and blasphemy against Christ. So these were the enemies of the early church, and Christians thought they must have horrible things in them.
The penalty for copying or even keeping any of the Gnostic texts would have been increasingly severe. It could have even led to more severe punishment like torture and death.
But they say they want to be like
These lost
Jesus.
books of the New Testament
I
include a
say
number of
liar,
so-called
liar.
Gospels, including the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Philip, the Gospel of the Egyptians, and many others.
The Gospel
But
of
just
Ruth.
what was it in these Gnostic texts that made
Yeah.
many Bible scholars and clerics reject them as being not only too controversial, but too dangerous?
The Gospels of the New Testament all tell you how important Jesus is. Jesus is Son of God, the Son of Man, the King of Israel, the Messiah. I mean, you name it. He's somebody very special. And he's not like you and me. Now, the Gospels of Thomas or Philip, they say something quite different. They say Jesus, yes, he may be speaking divine truth, but he's really like you and me.
But of all the Gnostic Gospels, there is one that many biblical scholars believe to be more significant and more controversial than the rest. The Gospel of Mary.
Woo! Bingo!
There's a lot of controversy about Mary Magdalene. In the Bible, she's portrayed a certain way. She's one of the followers of Jesus. Oftentimes, she's described as a prostitute.
And she
as
is not
one who
white.
Jesus kind of picked up from obscurity and made her one of his followers. But the Gospel of Mary, it specifically says that Jesus loved Mary more than the other disciples. In fact, they actually put that in the mouths of one of the disciples. So don't you know that he loved her more than us?
Although the actual author of this gospel is unknown, and several pages of
Anyway.
different